What? That's whack. All right, I am in the circuit of the 13th. Yeah, so right now I'm at the courthouse. I'm usually at the law library is across the street, but I just figured I'd stay in here. I don't have anything to print out yet. But I'm writing a request for a judicial notice because I've been to court since I've made this YouTube channel. At least 4 times, maybe 5. And I've learned from being in court and reading stuff that there's certain things you have to do, and it's not as difficult as you think. That there are FRCP's federal rules of courtroom procedure that most lawyers know, and that's how they win cases because it's not really all about the law. Sometimes it's about procedures or rules that people break during these court procedures and that they don't know they're breaking, and that's how they lose cases. So, whenever you are trying to enter some kind of evidence or some kind of admissible evidence into a court case, you have to do a judicial notice. Because if you don't, they will ignore it and act like it does not exist. So the reason why I haven't been making videos is because I literally just I've been in so many different situations being tested and going through these court hearings that that's what I've been doing. Case number, division. So if you have any questions, you can ask. But I'm here just writing this procedure or this request for judicial notice out right now. Just want to let you guys know I'm alive and well. De Jesus, De Jesus, De Jesus. What day is that? The 12th? Okay. Um, Affiliate. Plaintiff. One thing I've also learned is There's something called a fictitious plaintiff. A fictitious plaintiff is a person appearing in writ complaint or record as a plaintiff in suit, but does not exist, or is ignorant of the suit, but who is ignorant of the suit and the use of his name in it, and is contempt of a court to sue in the name of a fictitious party.
Por si me extrañabas, dice.
Dispuestos a abandonar la fe.
So both of my, I have a trial date. I set both of my traffic tickets that I got for trial. They're the same exact charge, which that is double jeopardy. Amendment 5 says that the Constitution says Article 5 says that you cannot be charged with double jeopardy, which is the same crime. So, look out for the next video. I know the last video had no volume. I had my headphones on. That's why. That's what it does. Oh, the fictitious party is the state of Florida, or a company that's trying to go file a suit against you. So in my case, it could be the state of Florida, Department of Revenue, whatever state you're in. If it's not an actual person filing a suit against you, that is a fictitious person. And a fictitious plaintiff, is a person appearing in writ, complaint, or record as a plaintiff in suit, but who really in reality does not exist, or is ignorant of the suit and is ignorant of the suit and of the use of his name in it. So it can't be you. That can't be you. You're not a fictitious plaintiff because you know that your name is being used, right? We're talking about somebody else that's filing a suit against you. It is contempt of a court to sue the name of a fictitious party, right? So right now I'm handwriting. I'm not using any of their forms. If you look on my computer, I can't turn my camera around, it shakes. I don't know, it's weird. Oh, and actually, yeah, there it is. It's shaking now. That's for another case that I did. I handwritten it out and then I got it certified. Make sure that you certify your document. Make sure you certify your documents. How you do that, you just go up to the clerk of court office and ask them to certify your documents. It's like $1 a page. And it's basically, they're just saying that this document is official, and it makes it not be just random evidence or random paperwork you're putting submit into a docket or into the clerk of courts. They're just certifying it, pretty much. It's kind of like what a notary does. Most people don't know that those are courtroom procedures, and if you don't do that, none of your paperwork it's going to be recognized. And in other things too, you have to have your documents certified as well, not just in courtroom procedures. So remember that. and I'm writing it in blue ink. Okay. Um, which is crazy because when they copy it into the docket, it's not in color. Uh, but either way, write it in blue ink. Either way, that shows equity. Okay, and black means dead. The colors of the ink matter. Preferably, I would. Oh, I didn't bring my purple pen. I'd write it in purple. So I'm putting affiniate. Don't call yourself the don't call yourself the petitioner or whatever they're calling you. You don't call yourself that. You call yourself the AFFIANT. You don't know what that is? Look it up in the law, Black's law. You just don't call yourself what they call you. So basically what I'm writing is the affiniate. Myself request that the court take judicial notice of the below stated matters pursuant to Florida statute 90.202, 6, 12, 90.203, and 90.204, and states as follows. Certified court documents of, so you have to certify these documents because all this is not going to matter at all. All right, certifying the documents means having the clerk of court just pretty much put their stamp on it. They charge you like $1 a page or something cheaper than that. I don't know. Depends what state you're in. Also, want to let you know that if you're having housing troubles, like there's a lot of options. A lot of people are scary, so even when people know the law, they're still scared, too scared to like assert their rights. Like if you're dealing with housing issues, there's so many foreclosed homes, so many bank-owned homes that are sitting there, and there's laws that there's not squatting. It's not just squatting. You're not a squatter. that's a term that was made up to make you deter you from asserting your rights of standing upon the land. Squatting is different. Squatting is very illegal, actually. There's no paperwork involved. There's no asserting claims. But even though even so, squatters have rights too. But I'm not doing anything that the government classifies anything. I don't call myself anything that the law calls me or any of that stuff. And remember, he who leaves the battlefield first loses. So if you're going back and forth with someone, and you're trying to prove your claim, write it in affidavits form, and says that in commerce that if one doesn't rebut it, the laws that you're stating line by line, then it stands as truth. So my name changes until February. So that's something that you can yeah. No, I haven't changed my name yet. My name change is in February. Certified. Affidavit of truth. So, in order for them to certify the documents have to be inside the clerk. The clerk has to have them. They have to do it. So you just can't bring documents to them. Um, it has to be in their system already. Does that make sense? So right now I'm putting certified copies of affidavits of truth filed in, and then the court case number. So, yeah, 22 CT 0139. So you want to make sure you put. That's what I got so far. Okay, and you want to make sure you put the certified copies of whatever it is that you're trying to present in the court. You want to put the case number that it's already in. And you also want to put the docket index. You're going to look it up on the clerk of courts under your case, and you can look up the docket index so that it gives them direct location where everything is, so there's no excuse that you couldn't find it, you know?
Do you know what is 205?
The where?
205.
205? Hold on.
202.
It's probably down there. Did you look down there yet?
No.
Okay.
This is 201, 202.
Yeah.
Maybe there, right?
No.
They asked me to come to the corner.
Yeah, it might be over there.
Okay, thank you.
Across the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So now, I forgot what I put on this side. So now, somebody asked me about my name change, which I'm using that because they can't charge me with a name that's not even mine. It's not mine. My name is being changed because that's a discrepancy in the whole court proceeding in itself. And if you guys ask me how I found this information out, it was not from reading PDFs, right? Or asking anyone. I actually just deepened my intimacy with God and spent more time being still and quiet and asking Him. And He showed me that whatever the attorney's doing in my docket, and if it was a whatever the attorney was doing in my case, that I would just it was in another case, and I mimic him. And since he knows the Florida court, I can look up the Florida procedure rules myself, but he just literally showed me how to do it, and I don't think he recognized that because I returned the favor for him in that case. And I filed just as many documents as he did, over 30 documents, and I certified every one of them, and I did a judicial notice. So sometimes the clues be right in front of your eyes, right? But if your mind is bogged up, there's no room for clarity. actor really obnoxious getting her purse. I just was being nosy. That's crazy. How you doing? All right, so uh, yeah, no problem. I mean, they're not gonna tell you this stuff. We gotta help each other. Pretty sure you guys have information that from your experiences that you can understand and help me understand things better. It'll come with time. So right now, I have put everything that I put into the docket before that they ignored because I asked them the other day. I was on court telephonically for 4 hours, literally. And this is what I made into the dockets, right? Affidavit of truth. Right, notice it's all in blue. Okay. Equity. See how my name is written? Capital first name, lowercase the rest. Okay, my thumbprint in blue. Name change, my registration of application for fictitious name registration, my ticket signed with restricted signature, right? How else will I'm going to share these experiences with you guys and show you how God has vindicated my life to help me understand this, to comprehend this stuff without going through it myself, right? I would have no credibility at all. Not that I need credibility for humans, but this is kingdom work, okay? And not saying I put myself in these predicaments on purpose, but Romans 8:28 says that all things work good together for the good of you and for God who is using you in his purpose. So, and that's, I just rephrased it. I didn't speak it verbatim for the scripture, but count it all joy when you go through these trials and tribulations because you're being tested, right? And when you're being tested, you're learning how to be patient and content. And when patience and contentment has done its work in you, or patience is when patience has done, I'm sorry, going ahead of myself. When patience has done its work in you, then contentment comes in, and you know how to be content in any situation where other people are like, oh my God, what should I do? They're either they go emotional or they cut off their emotions and try to figure out how they can do it themselves, or they lean on someone, right? And that's not what we're called to do as children of God, right? We are called to give heaven's realm's jurisdiction through our petitions. You understand these words that men have used in their legal system that God has originally used in his legal system, right? When we make petitions to God, we give heaven the jurisdictions to operate supernaturally in our earthly realms, right? And if you're not doing that, then you're figuring it out by yourself. And trust me, that's a hard task to do. So, peace, Hellcat, peace. I'm just going to throw one more affidavit in here just for giggles, which states Amendment 5 in the Constitution says you can't charge me with double jeopardy. And that yeah, that's pretty much all I need to do. I put the case law that goes with that. What time is it? 3 o'clock? Still got 2 hours left till this place closes. I'm not trying to be here till 5 o'clock. I was going to use my trademark or my copyright, common law copyright, but at this point, I know God's going to do something supernatural, so I don't even. You said faith without works is dead, so I got to do something, right? Because that executes or that shows my faith that that this is going to work, because God can't operate without your body, right? That's why His Spirit is in you. That's one of His legal principles, and you can't operate without God and His Spirit. So it's like a codependent relationship. That's the only type of codependent relationship that's positive and healthy. And He's not going to break one of His laws, which is why He sent His Son, why He sent Himself in a human body, because He wasn't going to break one of His own principles, His own laws. Right? Can you imagine just a spirit just coming down here and just trying to get people to, or people would just die. God is too just and holy to just appear in front of people. The only person that He appeared to was Moses, and him and Moses were very close. So just understand that if you're trying to do all this stuff by just studying these laws that men made up and not understanding who you are and the authority that you have and the jurisdiction that you can invoke through your petitions to God and His Son, Jesus Christ, you are spinning your wheels, literally. Okay? Thanks for the 6 people who are watching. Y'all want something from the store? Now it's 4. It's cool though. I'm not here for the masses. I'm not for everyone. And what I'm doing, my message is not for everyone as well. So I understand that. Okay. Yeah, at this point, I don't even have to make another affidavit because this is all I need here. Yeah, that's all I need. This is all I need. just want to remind you that you have everything that you need. You're fully equipped, which is why attorneys are so popular, because people don't understand their identity, and which is why men took advantage of that and making themselves the guardian over your name, because they knew a lot of people weren't going to understand the identity. What's up, Will? What's going on? And that they would have the competence to understand their identity, and they would have to take guardianship over them. It's very clever, to be honest with you. It's very clever. If you don't understand your rights and you don't know who you are, they have every right to do whatever they want and put it in a way that's lawful and legal for them to do it. So I am going to this case number 22 CT 01 3911. All right. It's not rocket science, y'all. Matthew 11:28, 21 and 28. God said, He says, "Come to me, who labor with heavy burdens." He said, "My yoke is easy and my burden is light." So that means if his yoke is easy and his burden is light, then what is the world's? It's got to be hard, and their burden's got to be heavy. So that's it. Documents that I'm already certifying are already in the docket. I just needed to do a request for a judicial notice. And my other court date is February 6th, but I won't make it to that one. I'm positive I won't make it through 5 minutes of this one. They're going to dismiss my case once they see this. So, and I declare a decree that, right? Then I'll have some experience and knowledge to share with you guys to free yourself from some of these things, okay? So, I also have a packet that I ride around in the car with. So if an officer pulls me over, right, I show them this, some stuff that I've listed that I read, right? Make them sign a paper before they even come up, before they even start talking to me. I ask them these questions that are highlighted, and then I ask them to sign this. I don't know if you guys can see that. So this is a notice of inquiry, right? You don't have to be adversarial with these people, because when you get adversarial, then people get offensive and they try to exert their power more than they have to. Just be very calm and collective. I'm like, hey, what's going on? I'm in a private conveyance, not for hire. Just traveling. How can I help you? You know? A lot of people are very adversarial and have a nasty attitude, and then it makes them seem like a sovereign citizen, because a lot of people that claim themselves as sovereign citizens has come across very disrespectful. And the Bible clearly states that anyone that's a king or above you in authority, that you're supposed to respect them, not because they told you to, it's because they're under God's hierarchy, and that's how we're supposed to operate. Just because you have rights doesn't mean you can talk to somebody disrespectful and treat them any way you want. Which is another reason why people stay stuck on a level of their life where they're not getting any remedy or answers to their questions. Right? So if you want this packet, just email me. We'll find a way to get it to you. comes with a lot of information too. Like case law, a lot of case law in here, right? Stare decisis, which is what most of my affidavit is. Stare decisis, the right to travel. Those highways are made for you guys to travel privately. Just like a bicycle can, you can too, without a license. And they want you to think that you don't have any rights. And if you look closely in your handbook for the DMV or your Florida or your Highway Safety Patrol Division, it calls cars motor vehicles. And motor vehicles are for hire. You don't have a motor vehicle. Unless you're driving a commercial vehicle, you don't have a motor vehicle. It's important that you look up these words because they mean very differently than you understand or comprehend them to be. Okay? So, I don't know a lot, but I know what I need to know. Someone tried to come at me like, oh, you don't have any processes down packed. I don't need to have 1,000 processes down compact. I'm not a teacher. I just guide, give you insight on what's important. MREID, the number 1 at rocketmail.com. MREID 1 at rocketmail.com. Like Albert Einstein said one time, he was like, somebody asked him what was the square root of pi or something like that, some crazy question like that, and he said, why would I fill my brain up with that when I can just look it up, use a calculator? A lot of people just pride themselves in when they know a lot of stuff and they have information just sits dormant. It just takes up space for what's really supposed to be in your mind and your heart.
Wait, but I mean, art. I mean, you know your experience. Like, whenever I have it like that avenue, I can't.
What's up? I'm busy.
Like, even with Marvel, Harry Potter, Star Wars, I mean, that's not for real, right?
So I'm gonna go get this. I'm gonna make a copy of this judicial notice. Gotta go to the 6th floor.
Even though I can't wait for her president, I'm gonna get her a 23andMe thing. Because did I tell you about this?
And now I am. Right, I see somebody said vein now.